Very good morning to our listeners. Hope you had a great evening. And a slightly different video today, given some of the emphasis put in toward the central bank decisions coming from the Bank of England and the European Central Bank. So starting off with the BoE then, all analysts are expecting no change in either the rate at 0.5% or the current target for the asset purchase facility at 375 billion. More so, a lot of the attention is going to be paid toward the incoming Bank of England governor, or soon to be, that of Mark Carney, who takes over from King in July of this year. There has been a lot of expectation on any potential indications that he could give today in his meeting with the Treasury Select Committee, which commences at 9:45 a.m. He has been relatively dovish in his tones, particularly out of Davos most recently at the World Economic Forum, where he says that monetary policy, when talking about the global economy, should show a large degree of flexibility. We've also had, in the run-up to his speech today, comments out of the likes of FSA's Turner, who has been an advocate of QE in his interview, and we've also had the Chancellor, George Osborne, this morning in the Financial Times saying that he called for a looser monetary policy. As such then, we'll be keeping a close eye on his comments and also the performance of sterling and UK fixed income products. But again, in terms of the BoE rate decision itself, it should be a pretty straightforward affair. Anything else to look out for could potentially more come toward the minutes, with the expiration of some of the initial purchases that the Bank of England have conducted under their quantitative easing programme coming up for maturity in March, and whether or not they'll reinvest those proceeds has still yet to be seen. Moving over though toward the European Central Bank, again not so much to do with the rate decision itself, more with the commentary we might hear from Draghi in the accompanying press conference. In terms of the recent rise in the euro, ECB sources have already indicated earlier this week that it seems unlikely that it's at any levels where they'll alter monetary policy. In terms of the rate, expected to be maintained at 0.75%. In terms of the press conference, though, it could be an interesting one, particularly given the fact that we've seen these first repayment numbers associated with those 3-year LTRO loans. We'll be keeping a close eye to see what Draghi's interpretation is, whether he sees this as a slow, long, gradual process of return to normalisation, or if he is a little bit more optimistic on that, could see some volatility in the short end in the Euribor strip. Taking a look elsewhere, what else is due today? It is a pretty busy calendar comparative to yesterday. From the UK, we also have industrial manufacturing production and trade balance data for December. And supply, we also have around 75,000 Bund future equivalent of the March contract coming on board, with Spain and French auctions due as well later this morning. That pretty much concludes the opening wrap for me, so I wish you all good luck during the Bank of England, Carney and also the ECB rate decision, and we'll speak to you all bright and early tomorrow.